supreme. Look what happened when the game got sloppy. Introducing the Lone Ranger, the Kimo Sabi, the horses were big. The 10-gallon tracks, the hood cowboys with the 10-gallon raps, racking ACG boots and baseball caps. I agree, this ain't a simulation of the doo-doo. This is the shot said to get used to. Gangstar foundation to treat, we branched off. Shine, I just waited our chance to blast off. Year rounds in possession of Black Poet, Nick Khalil, the NYGs. I'm making diamonds out of pressure, my pipes are intact. Don't believe me, ask your pointing back to the track. These recordings be important and responsible for drama like Sarah Palin, Joe Biden, McCain, and Obama.
Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system. Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system.
NYG.
They said New York fell off. Who bringing New York back? I'm like, where we went? Who brought the
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kelly. And Greg Anthony. The Wizards trying to take advantage of their home court in this one before leaving Washington. This, of course, their first chance to take a look at this year's Toronto squad. Well, you look at last year, they just could not find their footing. Guys, against this team, they dropped all 3 games during the season.
And in this matchup, last season, not one of the games went their way.
And guys, they suffered a clean sweep, and for one of the best teams in the league, that cannot sit well. You know they'll come to play tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Martin. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Russell in at the point guard. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
DeRozan dishes to Martin. Clock at 6. And DeRozan kicks to Randle. Some solid defense from Robinson.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
Wizards on D. Valanciunas with a screen on Beal. Russell passes to Martin. Back to Russell. Out to DeRozan. And he can't bank that one in.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline play.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Robinson hits them both.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in his short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
And DeRozan kicks to Martin. This is to Randle. Right side Russell. Picked by Randle. Three-pointer, Martin. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Martin's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Gortat with the screen for Wall. He kicks it to Gortat. Now the feed to Beal. And another miss by Washington.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
Here's DeRozan, and he dunks it down.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Here's Beal. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
The dish to Russell. Fires from the wing. Robinson with the block. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. So for the Wizards, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gortat. And it's Hickson in for Thomas Robinson. Here's Valanciunas. That one wide left.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
They set the pick. Wall up top. He's guarded by Russell. And there's the 3-second violation. Otto Porter Jr. He's checked in for Washington. Alan Anderson comes in for Beal. Raptors leading by 3. DeRozan on the wing. Russell kicks to Valanciunas. Trying to find Martin. He's got it now. And it's going to be a 3-second call. So it's the Wizards now. And here's Anderson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Wall. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Russell again. It's Wall. Russell dishes to Valanciunas. And yes, sir, that one drops. Valanciunas has got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And Wall kicks to Dedmon. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by DeRozan. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Here is Wall. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Anderson outside. Wall draws the double. The tray. And he gets it to go. Anderson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
All with it. He's picked up by Russell. And Wall kicks to Dedmon. Here's Porter. And that one is stuffed right through.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Oh, guys, come on. He's up there posing. He's posing for the photographers. That's all that's about.
As we're talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
Wizards making a switch here. Sessions is checked in.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Outside for Martin. Pass to Russell. Just 5 to shoot. Randall passes to Valanciunas. Can't cash in from close range.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
There's the pass to Russell. The shot no good. And it's Washington the other way. Sessions with it. He feeds it to Porter. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Martin. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Unloads. And it comes off the front of the rim. For Toronto, they come in off the wash to Oklahoma City. Toronto working the ball around now. Porter with the steal. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. And Hickson throws it down.
You can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
In the corner, it's Martin. From outside, off the mark. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. Drew Gooden has checked in for J.J. Hickson. Now here's Sessions. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. 6 on the shot clock. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Toronto was a strong team on the road last season, Clark. A big part of why they came away with 49 wins on the season.
And 22 of those 49 wins were on the road. As a group, they managed to keep things close on the road. And because of that competitiveness, they were over 500 there as well.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Gortat has come in for Dwayne Dedmon. And Oubre subbed in for Otto Porter Jr. Here's with a wide open look. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And as you said, the Raptors kept things close on the road. In the NBA, they had one of the better point differential in terms of victories on the road last season.
The Wizards with the lead. Anderson outside. Pierce with the steal. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
Now here's Sessions. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Now the Raptors moving it up. Hardaway kicks to Pierce. And it's Joseph in the corner. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away.
And you mentioned this, I mean, with the Raptors. Only Golden State, Atlanta, and the Clippers had a better road margin of victory than them. Just goes to show you how tough the Raptors were on the road last season.
Now here's Sessions. And again, Washington no good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Sessions. Pass to Oubre. Pass to Gortat. Out to the right wing. 4 on the shot clock. Anderson dishes to Sessions. Drains it from beyond the arc. Sessions has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here's Joseph. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And still a close game. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, guys, your thoughts?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
Find him out there with Ramon Sessions. Then it's Gortat. Then there's Gooden. And it's Oubre in the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Gets to the corner and buries it. Hardaway has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Toronto. Sessions passes to Oubre. He dishes it to Bynum. Knocked away. Hardaway with the steal. Cross on the wing. And he banks in the layup. And now a 3-point Raptor lead. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for Toronto.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight. And that also builds confidence and gives you momentum. Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Wizards 46-36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed, Clark.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014, even though they won more games. Washington, though, was only 10-15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
And so it's Washington with it after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Good. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Shooting for Washington.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Oubre, and Bradley Beal subbed in for Sessions. They set the pick. Pierce, the open look. Again, Toronto. Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. Here's Pierce after the basket by Washington. Rebound, Washington. Dedmon's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Feeds it to Beal. This one for 3.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
For the Wizards, Thomas Robinson comes in for Drew Gooden. And John Wall subbed in for Will Bynum. Now here's Ross. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's his first foul.
A bit over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Stolen by Martin. It's DeRozan with the drive. Kicks to Russell. And again, no good by Toronto. For the Washington Wizards, they won their last contest that game against the Brooklyn Nets. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
And it's tied up with that one. Well, and for Wall, Greg, and leading the Wizards, it did take some time. Now he does so much, Clark, for the franchise.
On and off the floor. He's really the face of that franchise and has a chance, in my mind, to be an MVP candidate at some point in his career and is living up to the #1 draft pick hype.
Russell kicks to Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. For Toronto, they had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Last season, and both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
Wall attacking. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
For Washington, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter.
And the Wizards really struggled post All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they look like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for Jared Dudley. Now, here's DeRozan. 6 points for him. Here's Valanciunas. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And what you have to like out of Valanciunas last season, improved efficiency. The game really, Clark, seemed to slow down for him.
Yeah, he entered the league a little green. I mean, would make a lot of mistakes, but had excellent tools. So with enthusiasm and hard work, you knew it was just a matter of time with him.
So for the Wizards, Allen Anderson's checked in for Beal. And it's Bynum in for John Wall. Hickson a screen. Anderson with the ball. Now guarded by DeRozan. And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Porter. DeRozan a screen on Bynum. Russell dishes to DeRozan.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. A decent edge and rebounds thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
Dishes it to Porter. Here's Robinson. And the layup falls. And the Wizards lead by 1. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Wizards have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Russell again. Spike. Anderson outside. 6 on the shot clock. That's good, and it's Bynum with the assist. And it's a 4-point Washington lead. Here is Russell. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. They need this. And the layup is up and in.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
Now here's Bynum. To the wing right side. They're outside. And again, Washington with the triple.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
Good drive by Russell. DeRozan passes to Russell. The feed to DeRozan. Can't get it to go. Now Washington takes it the other way.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Got that one up quick. Anderson's got 9.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
Gooden is checked in for Washington. Sessions comes in for Will Bynum. Raptors trailed by 8.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Now the dish to Gooden. He kicks it to Sessions. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Porter. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
So it's the Wizards now. Raptors knocking down the tray. Anderson kicks to Hickson. Back to Anderson. The pass to Sessions. Here's Hickson. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Bradley Beal's checked in for the Wizards. Ball comes in for Sessions. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Now here's Pierce. 6 points for him. Hardaway against Porter. The Raptors need to get a shot. No good from Ross.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
So it's Toronto now. After the basket by Washington. He feeds it to Biombo. Joseph dishes to Hardaway. Porter with the steal. They're running. And here they go. Biombo with the block. Fast break Toronto. Here's Joseph. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Morton has come in for J.J. Hickson. And Dudley subbed in for Otto Porter Jr. Washington calls timeout.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Washington making some changes. Thomas Robinson comes in for Gortat. And Oubre subbed in for Drew Gooden. And Joseph drops them both. Wizards leading by 7. There's a screen by Robinson. And Wall kicks to Beal. Got a piece of it. Nice ball movement by Washington. 5 to shoot. Oubre passes to Beal. Pulls up. And Pierce pulls it down.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Here's Beal. Raptors knocking down the tray. Outside, Wall. Stolen by Joseph. Oubre with the steal. It's Beal on the wing. That doesn't go either for Beal.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
No good from Ross.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Raptors have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad. That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
There's the screen. Off the pick. That's tipped. Can't get it to go. And Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
And what a tremendous game for Porter. He has 11 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Julius Randle is out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Russell. Then there's Martin. And it's DeRozan in the shooting guard position. Now here's DeRozan. Russell high post. Back to DeRozan. Clock at 6. Raptors get it back. And Valanciunas kicks to Russell. Tries to keep it alive. But they recover it. Beal with the steal. Oh, and here comes Wall all alone. And finished off by Martin.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now here's Wall. And he slams that one down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. The double. All alone. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now Russell. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. It's Martin again for 3. Martin's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
The Wizards working the ball around now. Shot clock at 6. And Dudley kicks to Robinson. That's good. Robinson's got 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Now here's Valanciunas. Martin kicks to DeRozan. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. Yeah. But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the 2. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Washington making some changes. Drew Gooden has checked in for Robinson, and Allen Anderson subbed in for Beal. He hits the second from the line.
And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skills.
Now here's Randle. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Off target from the baseline.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
All with it. He's picked up by Russell. Passes it to Dudley. Three-pointer. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 5 assists in the game.
You know, for DeMar DeRozan, scary to think that he's still scratching the surface of his potential. Made his first All-Star appearance in 2014. Was a little dinged up last year, but still very effective. No doubt he's the real deal.
And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time. And he was really in shock on the floor.
He was. And unfortunately, for so many reasons. For one, he had really been progressing in the Summer League. And the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
Gortat dishes to Anderson. Offline with his three. The Raptors have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Here's Valanciunas. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Valanciunas has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And, you know, going back to Randle's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The 5th metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft.
It's DeRozan with the drive. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 6 assists here tonight. Anderson outside. Back to Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. And Wall kicks to Dudley. Good in the pass to Anderson. To stop the run. They get it back. Out to the right wing. And the call will be against Kevin Martin. That is his first foul of the game. Gortat dishes the Wall. Second chance shot. And he drops that one in. Wall's got 4 points this quarter.
And talking about Randle's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves.
Here's Wall after the Raptors pick up 2. Blue with it, and it's Martin picking him up. Russell kicks to Valanciunas. That misses off the backboard. Wizards trailed by 3. To the inside. Anderson. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Toronto.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Bradley Beal's checked in for Allen Anderson. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And it's Martin missing. Washington's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. There's the screen. Beal, the pass to good. The shot is off.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Last year, Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, and they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
Washington making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gortat. Robinson comes in for Drew Gooden. And Porter subbed in for Jared Dudley. Now here's Sessions. He's got 5. Shot clock at 3. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Beal.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened. You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Toronto leading by 3. Ross. Beal pulls it in. Washington's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. A stupendous finish in traffic. Beal's got 8. Here's Joseph. He dishes it to Biyombo. Pierce with it. Now guarded by Porter. Hardaway, no good. It's a close game here in Washington. And Sessions kicks to Dedmon. For the lead. Feeds to Porter. Nice ball movement by Washington. Biyombo with the block. Outside Hardaway. Drains the 3-pointer. 10 points for him.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Beal dishes to Sessions. .152 left to play in the third. Misses off the right iron. Raptors leading by 4. Hardaway kicks to Pierce. Here's Joseph. And the 3 off target. Balanced scoring clock for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively.
Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say, of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you know, you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career.
Sure.
Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey. But you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career. And also, for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game, if you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
Washington calls timeout.
Well, the competitive nature was on display early in the career of Pierce. I mean, he has willed his teams to win his entire career and is baffled by anybody who doesn't want to win as bad as he does.
Wizards trailed by 4. And here's Sessions. 5 points in the game. Beal, the pass to Robinson. Here's Dedmon. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Now here is Hardaway. He's got 10. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And that competitive nature that you talked about with Pierce, that's really what sets him apart. He had so many great clutch moments in the postseason. Easily one of the most clutch players in recent memory.
Now Joseph. Bradley Beal missing from long range. The shot by Pierce will not go.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
In the corner at Sessions. Kicks it to Beal. That doesn't go either for Beal.
Almost no chance of that shot coming in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Raptors lead by 2. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And so it's Washington with it. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. We've got Oubre all out there with Anderson. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Robinson in it, the foursome. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Just 5 to shoot. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Raptors with the lead. Joseph dishes to Biyombo. There's the feed to Joseph. He kicks to Hardaway. The rebound by Anderson. Washington shooting well. They're at 45%. Wall wide open. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Raptors shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Dishes to Ross. The tray. Rebounded by the Wizards.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Here's Robinson. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Over to the wing. Here's Joseph. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. That's 7 points for Joseph.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
They set the pick. Here's at the elbow. And he gets it to go. Pierce has got the lead back up to 5 now for the Raptors. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And Wall kicks to Anderson. At the wall. Stolen by Joseph. Now the Raptors moving it up. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get.
Now here's Joseph. He's covered by Anderson. And it's good. And it's 9 points for Joseph.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
And Wall kicks to Anderson. The Wizards with another miss.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of the great Tim Hardaway Sr., had a very good rookie season. However, last season, Clark, not the improvement that some were hoping to see on him.
Kevin, you knew the expectations were going to be high going forward, very high. But sometimes you step back before you move forward. He only shot 39% last season. Very low for a guy of his caliber.
And Toronto making a change here. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Julius Randle comes in for Pierce. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. And it's Russell in for Joseph. Shots good by Dedmon.
And we were talking about Hardaway Jr., and he had a very good shot coming out of college, does a good job of freeing himself off screens, plays with good energy and intensity. For this young man, I believe the sky is the limit.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, with Hardaway Jr., it's not my thing to compare guys to other players, but he could use a little bit of his dad's quickness and ball handling. Tim Sr. is one of the best in the league at getting his own shot and getting shots for others. If Tim Jr. can get half of that in his game, his star will rise.
And the Raptors make that jam. Beautiful.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how Clark, brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
Russell. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Well, last season, the Wizards fell off just a bit in the second half of the year. Still, Greg, very competitive at home.
Yeah, and their strong play at home helped them weather that storm, Kevin. I mean, they ended up going 29-12 here at the Verizon Center.
Drew Gooden is checked in for the Wizards. Here's Wall. Wall with another miss. Raptors leading by 10. Screen by Valanciunas. It's DeRozan with the drive. Valanciunas, good.
And, you know, that 29 wins mark at home for the Wizards, third best in the East. That team really likes shooting the ball here, as they were a top 5 three-point percentage team in this building.
For Toronto, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. DeRozan passes to Valanciunas. Russell with a wide-open look. Outside for Martin. Launches a 3. Here's Randle. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And really the driving factor for why Washington was so good at home was their defense. I mean, they would finish with the best field goal percentage against in the entire league in their home building. You don't think of the Wizards as a lockdown team, but in the Verizon Center, that's exactly what they were.
There's the dish to Wall. Wall missing again. Toronto leading by 14. Russell with it. On the wing, DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on Anderson. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good. Russell.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
To the wing on the left. And finished off by Oubre.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Martin the screen. Here's the screen. Back to Russell. Rebounded by the Wizards. Anderson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Picked by Randle. And DeRozan. Here we go. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
Looking at the game for DeRozan, He's got 11 points and the 2 nice steals as well.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in him, and that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity, too, that he brings to the court.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Wizards trailed by 17, and Sessions kicks to Dudley. It's Beal on the wing. Out to Sessions. Just 5 on the clock. From outside the arc, Beal can't get it to go.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Screened by Russell. It's DeRozan with the drive. Here's Valanciunas. And though he's been working on his offensive skills, defense and rebounding are Valanciunas' bread and butter. That was the case with him when he was playing in Lithuania, Clark, and it's the case now.
It still sure is the case. I mean, it's hard to find a guy with this combination of size, athleticism, and fluidity. Just a tad over-aggressive at times, but I'd rather have to turn a guy down than to turn him up.
And the Raptors making a change here. Pierce has checked in for Julius Randle. Hardaway comes in for Kevin Martin. Ross, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Joseph in for Russell. Hardaway for 3. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And watching Valanciunas rebound, it's clear he has all the tools. Great anticipation, really looks to box out. Strong vertical, might just need to add some strength to become a perennial 10-rebound-a-game guy.
Raptors leading by 21. Joseph dishes to Valanciunas. Pass to Joseph. Plays it up and banks it in.
And for Valanciunas, he's been working on his defensive consistency. Last year, he actually increased his blocks per game while lowering his fouls per game. That's a big step forward in his development. You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Pierce with the screen on Sessions. Outside Hardaway. And again, Toronto with the triple.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleed.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Outside Pierce. There's the triple. No good. Now the Wizards take it the other way. Now here's Beal. He's tightly guarded. To the paint. And Hickson throws it down.
Elevates and powers in the one-hand.
Textbook.
Yeah, and I'm glad, guys, he doesn't go overboard on that one and get a little too fancy.
Now here's Joseph. Hardaway for 3. Court shot with the rebound. Wizards trailed by 20.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Raptors.
But Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
Guys, depth always a factor in wins like this, and what an incredible game out of nowhere it was for Hardaway. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in, and if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Hardaway. He has 20 points, and he's added to his numbers by hitting 4 shots from the three-point line.
And really now you can tell the defense starting to have second thoughts in terms of how they're going to play him. That's 12 points from long range.
There's the double team with Joseph. Here's Sessions. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
No, I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
.20 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. There's a screen. Pierce. And again, Toronto no luck. Here's Sessions. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a bit.